Today we'll discuss about how we can create a new Lightning web component. So what are the prerequisites we need to take for the creating web component? So to create the web component, I am going to my Visual Studio Code. I go into my command palette. You can go from setting or you can type Control Shift P. Okay, if you go, then first I'm going to start from creating a project. I'm going to create a project with the SFDS command. I use SFDS create project with manifest. Even if you want, you can use CLI mode. If you want to use CLI mode, that also you can do with SFDS command. But I'm going with the VS Code. So you can see here create project with manifest. I select this. Okay, let me open it first. Create project with manifest. Then enter the project name. So let's see. I just give the project name as Udemy tutorial. My project. I press enter. So now where this project want to be stored? Okay, I want to store this project on this folder. Okay, so let's see under Udemy, I have one folder. I said tutorial. Under this folder, I want to create the project. Okay, so I just select the folder name, then create project. So now see my CLI command is running and one project is created. If you see, there is a project created Udemy tutorial, and you can see there are many configuration and many folder structure. And when you are going to create any Lightning component, Lightning web component, so if you go here under manifest, under my project, if you expand it, you can go. There is one folder called manifest. There is one folder called force hyphen up. So if you want to go force hyphen up, there is one main folder. Under main folder you can see there are many things we have, like for classes, for aura components, for applications, for everything we have one folder created. And as we are going to do Lightning web component, you can go to this LWC. Whatever the component you create, it's going to be created under this folder. So this is the folder structure we have. Okay, and also the project JSON file also we have under the project SFDX project JSON. So we are going to force of, under force of main, under main we have default, under default we have LWC. So we are going to create the component here. So now, if we develop this component need to be connected to a, we will push the component to a scratcher. I already explained what is scratcher. So if you want to have a quick overview of scratcher, so I see it's basically a disposable Salesforce org we used to support for development and testing. So now that scratcher we are going to create here. So this is my project. Let's say create a scratch org for this. Already I have made my or as a DevOps, and already we have authorized it. So let's go and create a scratcher for this. Again, I went to Control Shift P, my command palette. So now I just go to scratcher. So before I create a scratcher, let me show you. Uh, Let me log into myself first. I went to myself first, and there let me log in to see if I have any scratcher already created on my system. So for that, I'm just going to log in here. Just let me log in it. Then we can see if we have any scratch or created for this tab hub, then that list of works also we can see from here. To see that, what we need to do, we can go to our app launcher. Okay, from here, just search scratcher. See, we can see all active scratcher. If you select it, we can see if any active scratcher we have, it will be listed out here. So now we don't have anything on this DevHub. So for that reason, what we're going to do here, I'm going to create a scratcher. So now, if you go here, type the command sfdx create a default scratch org. If I select it, so now to which project you want to assign. So I have only one project JSON file. I want to tag to that project. For this project, I'm going to have a scratcher. So what is the org alias you want to give? Okay, I'm keeping same as my project name. Okay, so I just click enter. So for how many days you want this scratcher to be there? So okay, I want this scratcher to be for 20 days. Okay, I just set a number of days for 20. So now I click enter. So now I click enter. There is, you can see my CLI integration commands are running. So which is going to create a scratcher for us. Okay. So once my scratcher created, we can see also on my dev work. So now the scratcher will be listed out here. So this command is running. It takes a little bit time. Okay. See, it's now completed successfully. We ran this. If you want, you can see the log file also. See, complete your console log file you can see. So if it's created, let's see, do I have any scratcher came here as active scratcher? So you can manage your scratchers here, and in depending on the editions, you can have multiple scratchers. You can see one scratcher came, and we created on 1907. And as I gave the how many days I want, the expiration date will be set based on that. If you go here, then you can see the details. We set for 20 days we want this scratcher. Okay, what is the username of this? Everything you can see from here. Okay, so that's fine. We have now scratcher also ready with us. Now let's see, I want to create one lightning component. And whenever I'm going to create a lightning component, it is going to be stored under force in my project, then force up, under force up, you will go till LWC folder. So to here. So now let's see, I'm going to create a very basic lightning web component. Just we'll see what is the structure of it and how I can push that component to my scratcher. So now I just go here again to command palette. I just type here web. So there is a command called create lightning web component. Okay. If I select it, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a lightning web component. Let's see. I'm just going to give the lightning web component name as, for example, I just gave name as hello world hello world LWC. One component name I have given here. I just click enter here. Okay. So where we want to store? Do you want to store under LWC or anywhere? Always keep under LWC folder. I select that. Okay. Then now my command is running to create a lightning web component. Okay. If you see which command you run, if you run this in the command mode, see there will be one SFDX force lightning component create type LOC. Let me copy this completely. Okay. See, if you see here, this is the completely command we need to run if you want to create a lightning web component from the command mode. From the command mode, if you want to run, then the command is going to be this one. SFDX force lightning component create. What type? It's a lightning web component. What is the name you want to give? Which name we have entered? And where this component is going to store under the force of main default LWC. And if you we use in the VS code, simply we go into SFDX command create lightning web component. And this insert I'm writing create lightning web component. So now once this lightning web component created, let's see what kind of structure I have. If you go here, you see there is one component we create here, name as hello world LWC. And under this, if you see, let me expand it. Nothing came right now. Okay. Yes, you can see there is a file called hello world LWC JavaScript file you can see here. Let me refresh it once again. Okay. So let's see. Okay, I'll just close this Visual Studio once again and I'll open it. Then we can see the all the file structure. Let's go here, open the Visual Studio Code. Okay. See, if you see under LWC, we have one folder called Hello World LWC, and if I expand it, I have three files. Here. One is HTML file, one is JavaScript file, and one is configuration file, nothing but XML file. Okay, so now with writing this small piece of command, we are able to create one lightning web component. And this is my template. And all the templates, all the web components, what we are going to create, like in lightning component, you have aura component as a master tag. Same way for lightning web component, everything is template. So let's see, I'm just writing some piece of code here. I'm just simply one plain text I'm writing. Let's consider I'm writing welcome to lightning web component tutorial. Okay. So now this is just HTML file and I'm going to write many more things, many complex web component in upcoming sessions. So now let's understand when I'm creating this one, what is this? This is happening. So this Lightning web component, what you are creating, it's a reusable custom HTML element with its own API. So this Lightning web component which renders UI must have one HTML file, nothing but this one. So whenever you have any Lightning web component, that should have definitely one HTML file. Must include one HTML file, one JavaScript file, and one metadata configuration file. So there are three files is most needed for a Lightning web component. One is we call HTML file, one is JavaScript file, one is metadata file. Okay. If you see here, this is nothing but hello world LWC HTML, hello world LWC JS, and meta XML file. So if you see one thing, there is a naming convention associated to with this. Okay. So now um, this file name what created, we gave the Lightning web component name as hello world LWC, which comes as this folder. Now, if you see all the HTML file, JavaScript file, and metadata file having the same name, only the extensions are different. So the file must use the same name. So the framework can automatically auto-wear them. Okay, so that they can bind everything in one part. Okay, they can be auto-weared. So everything is going to be same name. I cannot give a JavaScript file name as hello world number 2 JS file. No, it should be with the same name. So they can be auto-weared by the framework. So this is the one thing. So if you see the component what we create for that, what files are created, if you see that folder structure, let me make a note here. Okay, so always remember, if you are going to create a component with the name as my component, okay, so if it's a component for you, so now what going to happen, under this folder you will have three different files. One we call my component dot html file, then one more file will come as my component dot js file, javascript file, and one more file will come as my component dot js hyphen meta dot xml file. This is the conclusion file. After that, this is the minimum. This file should be there in your Lightning Web component. And if you want to use your CSS, then you can add the file with the name as, I'll show you in the upcoming session how I'm going to add the CSS file. The file name going to be my component dot css. And if you want to use your custom icons SVG, then you can have another file with name as my component dot svg. So see, everywhere it's going to the same name. Okay, so everywhere going to be the same name. So it's a type, so let me remove it, and my component dot svg. So now you can see by default added three files. If you want to add some new file, you can go and create a new file. So I'm not doing now. When you add the css, I'll show that time how I'm going to create these files. So we understood, for Lightning Web component I'll have html file, I'll have javascript file, I'll have configuration file, and we will see what is the purpose of these files. Okay, so now what the metadata configuration file will have, and what value I'm going to keep in the HTML file and in JavaScript file. So these files have a particular naming conventions. So we should know what kind of naming convention or what kind of nomenclature we can give here. So always remember, these folders and files must follow some naming convention rules. Must follow some rules. So what are the rules? Always this folder what is got created, and under that what are the files created, they must begin with lowercase. So see, first rule, always remember, what file you want must begin with lowercase. If you see the current what created by system, all files are with the small letter, starting with small letter. Hello world is with small h or lower h. First rule. Then second rule, remember, must contain only alphanumeric value. I cannot put any special characters or anything, but it can have only alphanumeric, okay, only alphanumeric, or underscore only allowed on the file name. Okay, so this is only allowed on the file name. So same way, what more thing you can do? See, if you see this file, I can have an underscore. See, or see here you can see hello world .js hyphen meta.xml. So like that, I can have any underscore or just alphanumeric characters. Okay, and I cannot have another file with the same name. I cannot create another file called hello world lwc under this. So always all the files should be unique in the same namespace. Always remember, must be unique in namespace. So if I have different namespace, then I can have, let's see, I just have another lightning component which I got from a managed package, then that have a different namespace, then I can have the same name. But with the same name, with the same namespace, it should be a unique name always. Okay. And with this with the file name, I cannot include any white space or blank space. Okay. Cannot include white space. And also remember, cannot cannot end with underscore. The file may contain the underscore, file name may contain underscore, but it cannot end with underscore. That's the another rule. And remember, we cannot contain two consecutive underscore on the file name. Okay, so two consecutive underscore on the file name. So now, if I go here, I cannot give hello underscore underscore world LWC. I can give hello underscore world, but I cannot give the name as hello double underscore world. So now that means we cannot give two consecutive underscore on the file name. That's the another rule. Then same way, we cannot contain any hyphen on the file name. So I cannot give any hyphen on the file name. Cannot contain hyphen symbol in file name. So nothing but if I come here, I cannot give hello hyphen world LWC. So these are the naming convention we should follow so that the framework will auto wear them in one part, in one bundle. So the framework can understand, okay, this is a component. For this component, what are the HTML file, what is the JavaScript file associated to it, and what is the meta file. So now we'll see, in the next session, we'll see what this file exactly do and how we are going to configure it. What is the purpose of this configuration file, what we can do in JavaScript file, and what we can do in the HTML file. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next session.